The husband of a transplant patient who died 9 days after her disability benefits were stopped says she should never have been declared fit for work. Linda Wootton had 2 heart and lung transplants over the course of 30 years and was signed off work with complications. But she failed a benefits assessment and then failed an appeal. Her husband claims the stress and anxiety killed her. James Pearce reports.
A happy life cut short. Linda Wootton was on 10 different medications when she died, suffering complications from a heart and lung transplant 30 years ago. Yet just 9 days before her death, she received this letter informing her her benefits had been stopped as she was fit for work. Her husband says it's left him with a bitter aftertaste and has vowed to campaign for the appraisal system to be changed.
The government needs to rethink the strategy. The idea is good, but the way they're doing it is wrong. It's upsetting, it's degrading, and it's making people feel useless and scroungers who aren't, and I think that's the biggest issue.
In a statement, the Department of Work and Pensions said, "Our sympathy goes out to Mrs Wootton's family during what's obviously a very difficult time. A decision on whether someone is well enough to work is taken following a thorough assessment, and after consideration of all the supporting medical evidence from the claimant's GP or medical specialist." Anna Pilkington's a doctor in Hackney. She's unhappy with the current process, claiming GPs aren't informed when one of their patients is being appraised, and cites an example of what can happen when a doctor's ignored.
If my report had been asked for right at the beginning, I don't think it would have ever got to appeal. So the expense would have been saved and the patient wouldn't have had so much stress. And there was certainly increased stress during this whole process and increased risk of suicide during this time.
I went to meet George Rolph in Bromley, who says he's been on hunger strike for the past 9 days in protest at losing his incapacity benefits.
I was living in poverty before, but now I'm living in extreme poverty, and it's awful.
So what finally persuaded you to go on a hunger strike?
If I'm going to go down to where my life is now worthless, well, okay, you can have my life, but you'll have it my way. So I'll die if you want me to, but I'm going to make a big noise.
He's adamant he'll be a martyr if needed. The benefit system is set to give the government yet more headaches. James Pearce, BBC London News.